Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We talk a different language. Speaking of languages, there's love languages. There's attachment styles. There's all these things. There's all this information out there to try and understand men, women, the dating game, gender wars, all of it. And that is what we're always talking about here. But tonight specifically, I want to help make some clarity, right? There's a lot of information out there, and none of it really lays out clearly, ladies, what men want and value out of a feminine woman and how to spot it if they're not the right men, right? What's actually showing up? You can get a man, but you can't keep a man. Why is that? Like, just making it clear. And so here I am behind, I won't even say behind enemy lines. I'm here as big bro, right? Giving you the inside scoop. I want you to have understanding. I want you to have the tools. So speaking of which, let's just back up. I am masculinity architect, coachduwaynelangham. I'm teaching you the ways of masculine men, manhood, and how to get what you want in your dating and relationships using what, ladies? Your divine feminine energy. If you turned into this channel, you know that is one of the staples of my content. Is all about divine masculine and feminine energy, both sides, because we all have. So with that, before we jump in and unpack what men really value inside of feminine women, I want you to do a few things for me. I need you to make sure to like, share, subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest videos. I go live every week, dropping content, shorts, long form, all of it. Make sure you also do yourself a favor. Grab a free copy of Diving Deep into the Divine. This is the tell-all book, absolutely free ebook, where I'm laying out the details of what is masculine and feminine energy, what is the work that I do, how it impacts not only your romantic dynamics, but also your platonic, familial, work dynamics, professional. All of it is covered inside of these energies because they're universal laws that touch everything. So do yourself a favor, get up to the basics in divine energies, absolutely free on me, and enjoy this conversation. Men are drawn to feminine women, what they want and value from feminine women. So to put yourself in position where you are a no-brainer for the man of your dreams. Not the attention you've been getting, not the false starts, false alerts, and not following through, the lack of commitment, whatever, boy toys, distractions, all of it. I'm going to tell you about for the man that you want. These are the three things you need to do. Know your worth. What do I mean by that? You got to know the power of your femininity. What does that mean? You're going to need to embrace and flow in your femininity. These are just core principles of foundation. Like I said, polarity. If the energy is missing, you got to bring that in. You got to introduce that. You got to bring things back to balance. Maybe you've had your hand on the wheel for some time. Maybe you've started driving. Maybe it's been neutral. Maybe he's fallen back on the lead. Maybe you just don't trust it. Maybe you've had some slip-ups and things to repair. That's what relationships look like. But bringing that femininity in is going to bring out his masculine. That's what I really want to get clear, because if you can get down to these basics of masculine and feminine energy, it's a filter. It's a way to look through life where these universal laws are running everything. So when I tell you this, ladies, you bring the femininity, don't worry about the masculine. Because what's been happening is wherever you haven't been at rest, wherever you have been in your masculine, that's holding the space. That is taking up the bandwidth. That is blocking. It's repelling all the things that I talked about. That's why his masculine is not coming in. Whether or not he's activated it, whether or not he's on his purpose, standing 10 toes down inside of his masculine, all it is your encouragement by bringing your femininity. As that femininity comes out, it calls out the masculine. That's how you ended up together in the first place. How do you do that? Journal. Get in touch with your emotions. Divine feminine energy is the nurturing, the connection, the internal, the inside, into it. You've got to see into yourself to get in tune and inspired, in spirit, tuned into God. It's the the more powerful energy, because it is everything that is not in the physical. It is the unseen. And as we know, just like the tip of the iceberg, there is much more beneath the surface that meets the eye. Your practice in journaling is simply to do that. Be in touch with your emotions. Recount your days. Recount your experiences. Be aware of how you feel going through life. Stop all the doing. Stop all the operating in your masculine. And this is how you embrace and flow. It's not going to look like anything to do. It's not going to look like anything huge, because you can't even see it from the surface. You are going to feel it, and you will quickly notice a difference. The work I do with my clients, days, weeks, simple interactions, and you can just make these shifts. And this is how I know it works, because it's universal laws and principles. You pull out the masculine energy, it's going to be filled with masculine energy. You bring the femininity, it's going to call out and attract masculine energy. One way or the other, all you're doing is playing with the energy. Second thing you need to do, get into your body, ladies. Get some movement going. Get some yoga, dancing, stretching, anything that lets you feel. Breathing, breath work, meditation. The emphasis is that you are breathing. You feel calmer when you're stretching, soothing activities. When you dance, you're playing, you're expressing. As children, why do you think they can't sit still? I got a 10-year-old who literally cannot sit still, always moving. And that's the ultimate sign of that femininity. She's just at play. She's just free. If anything, socially, we have to restrict her. Slow down, pay attention, give me eye contact, like let me know that you're here. But that's the raw feminine essence of it. Get into your body so that you can feel those sensations. Connect with your feelings and emotions through journaling. Feel inside your body so that you feel how you feel. Motion creates emotion. I'll say it that way. So get into your body. You'll feel the difference almost immediately. It's a shift. Just be. Feminine energy is the being. Not the doing, not the things to be done, not all that there is to be done, but the being, the way of being. See, I'm delivering this message, having this conversation with you. I am doing something, and there's a way of being about it. Pregnant pause. Am I just delivering data, facts, throwing it all at you? Am I outlandish with the energy, just over the top? Am I calm, paced, collected, really wanting you to connect, feel what I'm talking about? This is what it's like to just be. And when you actively rest and give yourself the freedom to not be scrolling, not to be doing anything, but to just be with your surroundings, be with the environment, be with whatever's around, be with yourself, right? Eckhart Tolle, enjoying myself, enjoy in myself. I talked about the communication, your softness, being indirect. Being an influence, this is always a tricky one. You want to emphasize softness in everything that you do. What do I mean by that? Being indirect with your communication, relying on your influence. Test yourself in this. How many things can you get done without doing it yourself and without telling someone else to do it? Not even asking. If you want to go deep, the power of influence. It would be so nice. It has been so long since you know what I love? The last time that and whatever those things are, you're dropping and planting a seed in the right masculine partner who wants to know you, listen to you, leave you feeling seen, heard, and understood, and wants to deliver and fulfill on those dreams, provide, protect, and cherish. He's going to show up, and that's how you give him the space to do so. And by that, let him be a man. Give him the respect, acknowledgement, appreciation of his manly ways that, here's the kicker, ladies, is different from you. Don't complain about it. Don't let your preferences be known, but just notice and acknowledge the way that he is different, the ways that you appreciate his manhood, just that subtlety. And that makes a difference. That gives a shift. That's how you leave him seen and understood. You practice these ways, you will be flowing in your feminine in no time. Number 2, give him a chase, not a challenge, ladies. No man wants a challenge. He wants peace in his life. He steps into challenges. He has courage to take on risk and adversity, but he wants peace. So don't give him a challenge, but give him a chase. As I said earlier, leading with the sexuality, leave something, a bit of mystery, leave something that takes some intrigue, some work, some effort. If he can see it all from the cover of the book, why would he read the story? So give him a chase. How do you do that? Let him know you're into him. You don't do the initiation. That's where the doing starts. That's masculine. And you can give him an invitation. It's your eyes. Eye contact, a look. Ladies, come on, let's be honest. You have to navigate the world biblically as the weaker sex, right? Nothing of offense. Now with that means that you peep game so much earlier and so much quicker. You need to feel with your intuition if it's safe. You need to feel with your intuition that you can protect yourself, that you can navigate, not defend yourself, not fight off threats, but protect yourself. Know the differences of what dark alleys to go down and not. Know the shortcuts. Know the people to trust. Feel the energy. So inside of that, give him the feeling that you're into him. You know how to do this. It just might not be practiced. Now, make sure he is vested in your pursuit. That's how you give him the chase. Let him show that effort. Let him shoot his shot. Let him trip over his words. Let him make the approach. You giving him the eye contact. And yes, keep giving him the eye contact. Nowadays, Me Too movements and everything else out in the world, and just the caliber of men that are out there, it may take some time, but you give him those eyes. You show him a smile. Let the teeth be shown. Let your glowing energy be out there. Let him see you associating with other people. If your presentation gives closed off, if your presentation gives I'm in my own world, do not disturb, etc., resting bitch face, you have to work on these things. But when you let him in to let him know that you're interested in him, and then make sure he's putting in that effort, then when he does, here's the kicker, giving him the chase, give him suggestions. I've been sprinkling them throughout this conversation. You know how much I have not gone to Topgolf in a minute. That's all you have to do. Drop hints. And if he doesn't pick it up, that's okay. Move on. You give masculine the opportunity. Masculine learns from the experience. I lost. Another one got away. I missed out. And now he knows to be a better man. Now he knows to step up. Now he knows to shoot a shot again. She had some interest, but something dulled out. Now, if you're not interested, cool. He had a shot. But this is the way that you go about auditioning on your end and making sure that the right masculine man is showing up. Most importantly, this is how you give him a chase. So give him suggestions. Don't tell him what he should do. Don't tell him what you want. Don't tell him what you expect. Don't tell him about himself. Give suggestions. See, this is that indirect communication. I'm giving you the tools and tips to help you embrace that femininity and give him the chase that he needs without being challenges. And when you do that, because you're suggesting, it also doubles back as far as letting him lead, letting him be the man. Make everything his idea. Because you suggested it, you can then give him the credit that he said, let's go do this. You can give him the credit that he knows you so well. You gave him the answers to the test. But do you get it? Just the dynamic is so much more engaging, so much more pleasing, so much more enjoyable for both parties. You get what you want. He gets what he wants, to feel like a man, to be the man, to show up and satisfy you, to please you, to earn your validation, your attention. So moving on to the final step, step 3. Now, once you've got a man around, this is the kicker. This is where your job kicks in. Add value to his life. I don't think I can get these things under an hour. It's such a juicy topic. It's just what's been on my mind. I fielded the questions out there for what people want to know, and definitely the response from both sides. Men want to know what women want. Women want to know what men really want. I get the comments all the time, so had to jump into this conversation, and I'm glad I did. What is this? We got blind man on the dance floor. Joel is wilding out over here. I love it. I'm not even going to read this stuff. I'll be too distracted. All right, add value to his life. How do you do that? What does that look like when you're adding value to a masculine man's life? What do you get the guy who already has everything? Okay. Be a helpmate. You see, feminine energy, this is why I say it's not about the sexuality. This is why I say it's not about the accomplishments, the masculine. Feminine energy is the unseen. Ooh, that's powerful. It's fucking sexy. Be the helpmate. Add texture to his purpose, to his home, to his children, to his community. Make his experience of life more valuable. Ladies, you know all about this. In your feminine ways, you pick up on those little differences. You pick up on the texture. This is why I say texture, because it adds flavor, it adds richness. A house is just a house until a woman's there. When that feminine energy is there, then it's a home. Then there's something on the walls. Then there's decorations. Then there's candles. Then there's scents. All of these things is the ways that you can be a helpmate, to add texture to his purpose, to cheerlead him on, to encourage him, to let him know you believe in him. To the home, like I said, decorations, scents, make it more pleasurable, make it more enjoyable, add themes, decor, feng shui, all these things. To the children, he's not tapped into relational skills. He's not tapped into nurturing and caring. Show up and be that bridge to help him with his kids. Support his vision and how he wants to raise them, his values and beliefs. This is how you be a helpmate. Help him in his community, the communities that are important to him. Another thing you can do is be a soundboard for his best interest. This is where you really get to cheerlead and build him up. Encourage him. Now, I am going to tell you from the man's perspective, it is not the healthiest thing. It is not the most ideal for him to vent or unload his problems or troubles or things that are too big for him onto you. That's outside of order. If you're under him as the pillar holding up the protection, if he crumbles, if he's cracking, you're going to get crushed too. It's the exact way to have that feminine flower of yours withdraw and harden up and start to protect when you don't trust the man that you're following. Your lead that you're behind is starting to shake in his boots. Y'all both going to be sitting there worried. So be the soundboard for his best interest when he shares about some of the challenges, when he shares about his day, when he shares about what he's up to, when he shares about what he's thinking about. Be a listening for that. Encourage him. Give him the signs from God, the intuition, the feminine world of the unknown and the energy, the things that he's not tapped into. Plug him into that so that you can help giving him, you say that turns, heavy is the head that wears the crown, but the whisper in the ear is what turns the neck. So that's what I always love to underline. Be a soft landing. Ladies, I'll tell you right now, this is what men want. This is what men value. When I say a soft landing, your touch, your voice, your presence, just that eye contact, just being there with them, talking softly, patiently, smoothly, with kindness, your smell, your perfumes, the sounds. Is there some is it lo-fi? Some white noise? You got candles in the background. Pamper him. Treat him. Give him a rub down, a massage. Train your dog like, was it Joel? Train your dog to bring him his slippers. That soft landing when he's been out slaving, working, pounding, doing all the things that masculine does, when he can come home to a smooth landing, to be wrapped up in a hug. Do you get this, ladies? The texture that I'm talking about. Just the excitement that he walked through the door. This don't cost nothing. To leave him seen, acknowledged, and appreciated. Oh my God, you're back. I miss you. That is the world to a man, because he goes into his world of solitude. He goes into his cave. He goes into wherever he goes off into his battles, his wars that he fights on your behalf. And he's by himself. It's a very lonely world. In the modern times especially, we don't have fellowship like we typically did. They went off to battle. They went off to battle with the army, with all of the other men. There was fellowship and camaraderie and all these things that help them survive psychologically, the shit that human beings need. We don't have that today. He works from home. He works alone. He works remotely. He works in a cubicle. He works with a screen and a keyboard. It's just not organically how we're designed. So inside of that, giving him a soft place to come home, to be seen, to be appreciated, to stand out, to be a fucking king, no matter where he is in his journey in building up your empire, your legacy, and what you're building to go forward into. But when you can be that soft landing and pamper him, surprise him, cater to him, it'll go a long way. That is what he values. Absolutely. And last but not least, ladies, this one, shout out to my guy, Psychax. That's the guy right there. Be his seductress. Be the wildest, nastiest. For the qualified ladies, don't lead with your sexuality, but when it's time to get down to it, when it's grown business, bring the nastiest side, bring the most open side. Make him want to ravish you and show him how much you relish in being ravished, desired, taken, pleasured, hands down. Because as we know, as we started with, sex is high up there. Freak in the sheets, not in the streets. Don't let him see it up front. Surprise him. That'll really like, when he finds out, I really like her. I wonder how the sex is. And, just put it on him like that. That's what he's looking for. That is what he wants. And those are the three things. Just to sum back up, embrace your femininity. Give him a chase, not a challenge, and add value to his life. But those three things alone, ladies, you will have masculine men literally on bended knee, ready to commit, ready to be with you, ready to show their burning desire for you if you follow these instructions.